Hey everybody, Cheryl here. I just wanted to share some more communication tips, and today I wanted to talk about that common phrase we all hear behind the chair: I can't fix my hair and make it look the way you did. Well, thankfully they can't, because that's our job. That's how we make our living. However, we do want them to look great in between every service. There's a lot of different things that we can do to help that process for them and to make their hair look as good as possible given the service we've given them, and so on and so forth. Now, understand, I realize I'm right there with you. There's that certain percentage of the clientele that would not change their morning routine, nor would they spend more than 5 minutes on the entirety of their beauty routine, and that includes shampooing and conditioning. They wouldn't do it if you threatened to sell their children on public auction. They're just not going to do it. They're not the ones I'm talking about. We can beat our head up against the wall all day long for that. Not going to happen. So they are not going to be able to completely duplicate it. They're not working from the same angle we are, and that's okay. But there are a lot of things that we do day in, day out to our own hair, to our clients' hair, to our coworkers' hair, that we take for granted, and we assume, or we don't even think about one way or the other, whether they know these tiny little things or not, okay? So one of the things is to tell them to get that towel off their head when they get out of the shower. Some of them get out of the shower, they've got the towel wrapped around their head. They cook breakfast, they brush their teeth, they get dressed, they put on their makeup. By the time they actually start styling their hair, it's probably a good 80% dry. Their hair will not support a great style when it's from that starting point. So we have to remind them of that, tell them that. Think about the times you yourself or you've heard your clients say, everybody tells me my hair looks good today. I overslept. They overslept, they got out of the shower, they got the towel off their head, they got busy. Okay? Probably eliminated feeding their children, but that's a whole nother video. Okay, so that's one thing. Another thing we can tell them is how to properly distribute the product that they're going to use throughout their hair. Whether their hair is short, long, if they need something, especially if it's long and thick and curly, and they've cocktailed, you've taught them how to cocktail the products, you've taught them what the product does, why they need to use it, but we're not teaching them to put it in their hand, on their hair, and then use a brush, not for the purpose of brushing their hair, but for the purpose of completely distributing the product all the way through the hair so their finished style is consistent throughout. That's another thing we can teach them. Another thing is to teach them about the weather. They got naturally curly hair. They should already know this. If it's humid, hot, wet, rainy, why are they trying to smooth their hair? Why? That's another thing. We just need to tell them. Using the flat iron. We've all seen international artists take the hair, put the freshly color treated hair, the flat iron on it, how it reduces the color molecules, okay? But we're also not telling them to section the sides off. 3 or 4 or 5 sections depending on the density of their hair. They don't realize that they're taking one whole side of their hair and they're doing 17 swipes over the same thing. They're not only baking that hair, they're burning it to a crisp and wondering why this hair doesn't grow. The hair's growing, they're just killing it. There's so many things like that. Think about your daily routine and how you can help your client look fabulous all the time with some of the key pointers that you know on a day in, day out basis. You've just forgotten to share them. I hope that helps, and listen for the next video because I've been thinking about it and I want to tell you about dating your client. Now, you could probably take that the wrong way, but just wait. I think you'll be surprised. Have a good day.